welcome back to another video. We're gonna be going over my NHL buy. Shout out to I forget his username, but it was Edv. It's kind of like David, but EDVVD. I can't say it. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but this guy ended up doing the NHL buys list for me. Shout out him. Shout out. He will be actually doing all the must buys and stuff in rack smugglers, like after games and stuff. Like, oh, you need to go ahead and buy this guy, especially if you have not capped out, your buys for NHL. Okay, so I'm going to go over this in detailed order. First off, to get this list, because I will show you the list. I will go over it in the video also, but I just want to show you this. Search up my username, Copious Highlights, on Reel, in the Members tab, same as my YouTube channel name. Go to the About section. You see Join Rack Smuggler, Join Copious Community. You just join the groups. Rack Smuggler is going to have it, and that's going to be like all the day-to-day buys and stuff like that. If you do not max out the purchases you have made on this, and then also Copious Investments will have the video link to this video you're watching if you're new, and then also it will have the spreadsheet link as well. So let's just go over this and how you're going to want to go ahead and kind of go about NHL, because this comes out on October 6th will probably be when the cards come out, and October 7th is when it actually starts. As you can see, I forgot, or started this already. I thought it started on the 20th. No, it starts on October 8th or 7th. So let's kind of go over this. Also, team buys are going to be a big thing. Panthers, Rangers, Stars, Oilers, all those teams are great buys this year. Even Avalanche and even who else? What else was I thinking of? Maple Leafs are usually pretty decent as well, but Golden Knights also. But I want to go over the best way to go about doing this. First off, let's just go to NHL tab on the marketplace. Let's see if you can buy. They haven't updated this yet, but teams are super important. I would say team racks are basically some of the best things about NHL. For example, Panthers, right? They won the Stanley Cup again, back-to-back champs this last year. As you can see right here, on a 1.4 boost, I had 3,672 racks made. We're talking about if you had a, I don't know, a 2x, you're making nearly 7,000, over 7,000, probably, if you get a 2x pretty early on. So it's going to be very, very good. NHL's team racks are usually pretty good for the most part. So if you're not someone who wants to max out, your cards, or you want to save for NBA, I would say maybe just spend a total of 5,000 racks. Buy 5 players and then buy 5 teams. That's 5,000 racks. Or buy 10 players and 5 teams. Or just buy 5 teams and don't buy any players. If you're someone who doesn't want to spend the racks and you just want to save for NBA, I would say NHL teams are very much worth buying, and these are more important, in my opinion, to buy than a player, for example. But there are going to be guys like Nathan McKinnon, there's going to be Austin Matthews, there's going to be Sam Reinhart. Those guys are going to make you a lot of racks. Same for Patterson, or Paxerson, how you say his name. But now we're going to go over the list. And also, I do want to point out, whenever general packs come out, those may be worth buying. I don't know. I think player packs should probably come out before general packs. So if we're just going based off general packs, let's just kind of look at, for example, a guy like Sam Reinhart. Look at his marketplace, right? So I'm assuming he only has one card up, but it's at 80 racks. So we can't really go off that. But let me see if Austin Matthews or anyone down here. I have, let's see if their cards are showing. Marketplace. So really not like they're not really showing it right now because no one's bidding on them. But as you can see, kind of just the way it is right now, 40 racks, 120 racks, it's kind of all over the place. I think this is mostly just botted auctions from Reel themselves, because they do post a lot of auctions nowadays for people that quick sold cards. So I can't really go off that, but we can kind of go off NFL real quick, just so I can show you how this be kind of working. Marketplace, as you can see, right here, 110 racks for 3.9, another 60 racks for 2.9, stuff like that. Essentially, this works really good. I'm assuming NHL player pack method will be pretty decent right off rip. You just sell off all the player cards or play cards you get from the player. Obviously, you have to own the player to sell them. So the best way to do this essentially is you're just buying all the top players, which I will have this list I'm about to show you, and it shows the must buys, all that stuff. If you want to buy all the must buys, you basically just buy the players pack whenever those come out. You don't know when those will come out, so join the group because we'll let you know when it comes out. And also, you just want to sell off all the play cards and use the booster on your player to make more racks back. It's just the best racks method, or you could keep the player cards. It is what it is, you know. But with college basketball coming out soon, NBA coming out soon, you're going to want to save your racks for the most part. So now let's just hop into the spreadsheet. So shout out EDVVD, or how you say his name, Edvid or something. And this is on, you can see on the left. This is you see. So you see must buy, great buy, decent buy, risky buy, extremely risky buy. And he did this based off of positions. So we have centers, wingers, defensemen, goalies, and then here are the teams. As you can see, his top 5 teams are all in the purple. We have Dallas Stars, which I agree with, Oilers, Florida Panthers. Those are 3 must buys. We also have the Jets down there, who were really good last year, and then also the Golden Knights. I don't know. The Golden Knights may not be the one I'd want to buy, but he also has Tampa Bay Lightning, Colorado Avalanche, and Hurricanes in there, so it's up to you. Vegas Golden Knights are usually really good. I just think they underperformed last year. So let's kind of go over his must-buys, mostly just those in the purple. So we got there Sebastian Aho out of Carolina for centers. Nathan McKinnon is at probably the best buy you could possibly have besides Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, or how he says his last name. Both guys are from the Oilers, and they are super good. Sam Reinhart is also a top 5 player you want to buy. Jack Hughes down there for the New Jersey Devils is very good. Braden Point for Tampa Bay Lightning is super good, and so is Jack Eichel. He had a little bit of a down year last year, but he's still pretty good. These are wingers. These guys can still, get goals, still get assists, all that. That's kind of what matters. Also, I will tell you guys, goalies have huge boosted racks. Now, they don't play nearly as many games because they're goalies. I think each team has about 3 goalies on them, and so they alternate, so they'll play like twice a week, sometimes once a week, depends on how many games that team has that week. And also, NHL has a lot of games, right? And their racks last year were really good for All-Star break because they did the tournament for the All-Star game. So it's like 3 games total, 4 teams, 3 games. They extend, they go on to the next game. And it was really good last year. It's not like the NBA who made their All-Star game awful. So the racks for All-Star game, usually for NBA, was super good. And this year, it was legitimately the worst I've ever seen it. I think the most someone made was like 20 racks, or 13, 20 racks. And it's usually like over 60 to 100 racks. So they kind of ruined racks for All-Star game in NBA, but it's still really good, if not even better for NHL. I don't even know if they did the All-Star game this last year. I think they did the 4 Nations. So this may have been 2 years I'm thinking of ago when Tate McRae was running the whole thing. But I think they're going back to that format, the 3 games, 4 teams method. And if they do that, it's going to be really good for All-Star games. So that's also a time where if you don't buy any of these guys, you can just buy them then because they'll make a lot of racks. But if you just buy all the stars who are probably going to make the All-Star game, you're going to get all those racks. And then whenever it does come to All-Star game, you're going to make so many racks. So I just wanted to point that out. David Pasterson, or however you say his last name, Boston Bruins, really good player. Andrei Shevchenko, or however you say Shevchenko, Carolina, really good player. We have Mikko right there for Dallas, pretty good. Robertson, Dallas, also very good. That's why Dallas is really good. They traded for Mikko from the Avalanche midseason last year. Kaparis, or however you say his name, Kirill Kaparis. And then also Joel Eriksson, also on Minnesota. I like him a lot too. And then right here, New York Rangers. Quinn Hughes for, I don't even know who. Is that Vegas Golden Knights? No, it's not. Whatever. We have Evan Bouchard, Zach Wersenek. Cal Maker's really good for the Avalanche. And so, yeah. And then also Connor Hellebuyck, or how you say his name. Pretty good. Goalie Goalies are a lot more, like I said, they have boosted racks, but I think we can actually go show you some last year goalie stats real quick just to give you a good understanding of how their racks kind of work. Let me just search up. Who's their goalie this game? Who is the goalie? Hopefully I can find him. Oh, this is the goalie, right? Yeah. So, as you can see, he is 17 for 19 on saves, which is, like, nothing crazy. But you can't even, like, he hasn't made any racks. Obviously, this is, like, so let's just look at a 7.6. That was an 8 racks made. 6, so really wasn't that good last year, I guess. I thought it was much better. Who was the guy who was really good? I think it was for the Rangers, who they had like a really good goalie last year. If I look at it, let me just are they playing right now? Let me go to their players. Sorry about this. I'm trying to. I think yeah, Igor. It does, you know what Igor is. He's a really good goalie. He's probably the best one of the best in just the sport. Only 5 racks? I feel like it was way more last year, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like this is wrong. I feel like the racks total is wrong from last year's racks that goalies made, because I felt like it was much more than this. If I'm not mistaken, I swear it was way higher. So I'm confused by that. If that's kind of how the goalies go, maybe you don't want to buy them, but I really did think last year that they were like give you 40 to 50 racks if they had a really good performance. Even 30, low 30s, high 20s. So maybe buy just a few for teams you own. Maybe buy each team. Buy their best goalie. That could be the move. But even then, maybe just buy straight up just wings, defenders, and centers and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, we will have the full buy list in here. The best way I would do this is essentially just have a tablet or a computer out with the list, and you can share it to you. You can share the list to yourself. It's a spreadsheet. And then just go through it, start buying players whenever the cards launch. That's essentially how I would do it. I know some people were like, oh, why don't you just have the links and stuff? Like, shut the fuck up. I'm not going to do the whole links on a sports app for you. It takes way too long. I had people complaining about this to me. For NFL and college football, I'm like, shut the fuck up. And for college football, a lot of players transferred or are true freshmen or something, and you couldn't even search them up. Like Caden Veltkamp, I believe, was one of them. And there's a few others that are like great buys, and you couldn't even search them up on the app. Like they weren't even buyable. Like, or you could find them and you couldn't even buy them. So I was just telling people to shut the fuck up, because how am I supposed to even like find them and it's just like, you want me to go on this app and spend 3 fucking hours like doing the link shit? Fuck you. Like it takes enough time just to put them in spreadsheets. That's why I'm shouting out EV or how you say his name. Shout out this motherfucker right here, EDVVD. I don't know how you say his name, but shout out him because he's the GOAT. He made this entire like, and it's accurate. I looked through it earlier. It's pretty accurate. I like his thinking. So shout out him. And don't come at me with, oh, put it in link for it. I'm like, shut the fuck up. So just make sure to join Copious Investments. We're going to do that. It's going to be in here. Also, real quick, I'll show you this just for you that actually watch the videos. This is something you're going to see. First off, I just showed you, right, on this day racks. I think I showed you this for NHL. I have a 2 racks claim for Jack Hughes. Nice. But as you can see, with NHL being so long, and if you don't know how caps work, it's 500 racks is for a 1.2 cap. If you do not own any previous NHL, it is in your best interest to go buy some previous years of the best players NHL, and you want to go buy their player and upgrade into like a 2x now. A 2x is very good, and even a 4x like this 1.6, it shouldn't take you too long. And what you want to do is you just want to go find the best players. So the best way to go find the best players is actually just to search up this website. It's otdracks.com. You just search up that, okay? You go down here. You go to so this site will be updated by the time you see this, okay? We have it just shows you based off rarities, how many racks the guy makes, right? And so if you were to go off Leon last year, if you just get him to a uncommon, that's 1,400 racks. You get him to a rare, it's 1,800 racks. It doesn't seem right. It does not seem right, but maybe it's more than that. I may be mistaken, but I feel like it should be more than that. Even then, still, it's got to be. It's pretty good. You can also go to previous years like 2023. You could actually just go through here, find the best ones. Essentially, you could do the player pack method, or you could just go look at their marketplace, buy the cards up. Real Sports has been listing a bunch of cards that are botted by them themselves, so it's pretty good. This website's pretty good for figuring out like all the racks and stuff of how much someone's gonna make. And yeah, that's kind of gonna be the end of the video. And all you have to do is really just go find who you want, right? And then you just go to this. You go to NHL. You search by year, 2023. I want to get a card. I want to buy Mark Shefferly, or however you say his name. You can just buy them, and then let's say you own them. You go to Marketplace. You click on Marketplace. As you can see, no one is bidding on his cards, so you could just go find the cheapest, highest card, and bid on them. Maybe player packs better. I don't know, but better value. I'm not sure, but hey, this is kind of the way I would go about doing it. Let me know what you think. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and peace.